Good evening. Good evening, my people. I salute every one of you. Thank you for joining. Good evening. Good evening, Maxwell. Good evening, Okav for Chima. I cite you. Henry, I cite you. Good evening. Good evening, Martins. Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome to this live video.
When you feel like
Good evening. Good evening, Rabiu. I cite you. Good evening, my people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Welcome, 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 welcome to this live. Good evening, Ezioku. I cite you. Welcome, my people. I greet every one of you once again. Good evening to you, wherever you're watching me from. It's evening from my end. So it could be morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are watching from, you are very much welcome. So like I titled this video, I wanted to give a little bit of a feedback from the video that we did yesterday. So the news we are getting now is that the Covenant University management have sacked the Kpekus chopping staff that they had. So I'm asking, is it enough for them to just sack them just like that? You know, if somebody have done something of this magnitude, good evening, John K, and you have the evidence, you have the people that are going to suffer the consequences of their actions for life. Is it enough for a Christian university not to be thinking of taking them through the courts so that they will pay, even if it is restitution, even if it is, you know, as a deterrent? Is it enough for you to just sack them? Like, what is the example that they want to lay, that they want to give. You understand me? Like, is this how you want to deal with something of this magnitude? Which means they are not even feeling compassion for the students, and they don't care about what happened to them. What they are caring about now is, their reputation. The same deceptive morality. You open a school of this might, of this magnitude, and you charge all this amount of money. You say you are providing top education, and every waking day your students have to deal with the threat of expulsion. And based on your frivolous morality standards that you set up everywhere, everything becomes a rule, a law that is going to set the students up, that they will fall into the hands of people who wants to take advantage of them. Good evening, Latunde. Is it enough? Sacking them is not enough. Thank you. My brother Maxwell, I've said it. Sacking them is not enough. If somebody does something, like Nigeria, I think people have to wake up. You don't have to wait for something to happen to you. This is a university, a private university, and a Christian university. Imagine if this was a Catholic university and this kind of news broke. Everybody will be everywhere talking about it. It will be making waves. You know, and this is a new generation church that is supposed to set example. It's supposed to provide a safe haven, and most of the parents are running away from things like this, from the major from government-run universities. And your own is even worse, because everything becomes an offense. You put frivolous rules and regulation and dress code. Like the students are actually prisoners in the universities. You decide what they do, how they do it, when they go out, when they come in. Like, you have control of all their life. I remember there was a story that broke one time, and some of the students got in trouble because they didn't attend church service. Like, it is that serious. And so everything is attached to being expelled, and because nobody wants to be expelled. And then the young girls, that anything that is being done to them is attached to their own body, and to shame them, to humiliate them, and to stigmatize them. So it's a free for all. You create a society, and an atmosphere that makes it very, 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 very open to anybody trying to use anything to whitemail anybody. Eh? Anybody can use anything. Oh, you did not go to service today. Did you hear that thing that man was saying? Is it for because of your studentship? The studentship and student just 5,000 I can give them, and that's your studentship. So it is not enough. Bishop Oyedepo, you need to live up to whatever you say that you are, trying to do. You cannot allow people who have committed this kind of offense, sacking them. I'm sure they didn't really sack them. I'm sure they would just make them to write a letter to resign. So when they resign, it will be like they resigned, and then they will just move on to another institution and continue from where they stop. And this is what they do. That is how they are circulating them. They will, from this place. Even that Oni, I read that Oni, wherever he was coming from a federal university, is the same case. They will, just tell him to resign in the university panel, and then he will just switch over. This is wrong. If people are doing this kind of a thing, have ruined so many lives, then you have to take them to the court, charge them to the court. It's a criminal offense, and that's where you go. And the goal is that they will not have that kind of access to young people again. And their license and their ability to lecture in any university will be stopped. They will not have access to young people again. They should go home and retire by force, or they should go and look for another profession, but not in a profession that they will come in contact with young people again. You understand me? You see, yesterday, one of our brother was saying that, because we were wondering, like, why something like this can be happening at a time like this to children of the rich people in the society. So it's getting clearer now. Our brother is writing that he heard that the students are not even allowed to use telephone in the university. So they are like babies. And then you sit them down and you start to barb their hair. These are supposed to be young, productive adults that will live independent life. So somebody goes through university and you baby them as if they are. Even in kindergarten, children have free will. You give them room to even say, okay, I want to eat, I don't want to eat, I want to sleep, I don't want to sleep. Even in kindergarten, you allow children to even take part in the decision making. You say, go and lie down. You give a child food. They say, I don't want to eat. It's okay, fine. What do you want? I don't like this thing. I can't eat it. I don't want to lie down. I don't want to sleep now. I don't want to wear this cloth as children. And then somebody goes to the university, he becomes a prisoner to the system. And do you know the caliber of the people that were taking advantage of these students? Hall administrator, gates people, security people, this and that. This is how frivolous, because those are the ones that they put on guard to be monitoring the students and say, oh, you did not come into the room early. You left, you were supposed to be in lecturing and you are in your room. You are supposed to go to church service, you did not. You are supposed to go and cut your hair, you did not go. And you went to the market, you did not come on time. All those kind of a thing. And everything is being like this is rubbish. And you wonder that you have young people that are docile, that are timid, that are cowed, that they cannot even defend themselves. You know, you parents of Covenant University students, you failed your children. You may have money to buy them everything, but you failed them. You never have time for them. You don't listen to them. You don't know your children. You don't understand their plight. You don't know what they are going through. You failed your children. And not just them. Nigerian parents continue to fail their children. They don't teach their children anything. You don't even tell your children, nobody should do this, nobody should do this. If anybody should do anything like this, if anybody should, you have a conversation with you up to this point, let me know. You put your children in a situation whereby they can't even come to you when something very difficult like this is happening to them. You are supposed to be their first person that they will come to, but because you carry fake deceptive morality on your head, yeah, my pikin don't get belle, because it is about you. You don't think about your children and their future. Everything you are thinking about your child is about you. You are thinking about the child that will bring glory to you, the child that will born grandchildren for you, the child that will take care of you in your old age, the child that will be a doctor that you can be proud of, the child that will marry somebody and go abroad. It's all about you. That's why you don't care for the children. How can you have children and you say you are Olowo, Gatesman, Musa, Edeki, Macaulay, any kind of person are doing undoable, and your children did not have the temerity to come to you to tell them off. You know, you failed your children. You failed your children. If you are having children and you are not teaching them that there must be a limit, that they must defend themselves, that you failed. You failed as a parent. And the same thing is leading young people to live in people's homes that are calling them housemaid and house girl and whatever, and take all rubbish. Why? Because the parents didn't teach them self-defense. They didn't teach them self-defense. You didn't teach them that you don't have to take, you cannot, you come to a point where you must rebel. It's an important part of life. You must come to a point in your spirit that you rebel and you say, no, what is in that school? You are from a rich home. You are from a rich home, and somebody is taking advantage of you, and you did not train your children to have the spirit to say, enough is enough. Even if it is because of school, I no go again. It's not by force. You did not teach your children about themselves. You are prodding them, prodding them, prodding them. They are becoming like factory products for you. Why won't anybody come into their life and mess up and mess them up? Why won't anybody come and mess your children up? At the end of the day, all you'll be doing removing belly up and down. All those things help. Why? Because you did not put your child through. Your child is struggling, they cannot come to you. Your child is in distress, they cannot come to you. Why? Because of your posture, of your deceptive morality. You want to live up to the expectation of some people. You don't even know how they live their own lives. Just because of what they project to you, you let your own children down. You put your gas down and you let your young people down. You let them down. They are docile. Anybody can lead and prod them up. Anybody. Get man. All people. I posted the majority of the people. Did you see what they said? The majority of the people that did this thing we are talking about. I did not even see anyone that is a lecturer there. It's a shame. It's a shame. Let me read. I posted it earlier today. They said Governor University has sacked a member, just one member. Circulating shows insiders narrating how some employees coerced them into having whatever with them. Those mentioned include hall monitors, school clinic workers, and security personnel. Like, really? Really? I don't know. I don't understand. Like, me, Koyemi. I remember when I was in boarding school. Do you know they used to give us like our lunch, it will be so minimal, and the cook, they will just cook anything, pour water, maybe they will cook soup like this, and then the mama cook, she will remove half of the soup, they will share it among themselves, then the remaining one they will just pour water inside it, you know and we were supposed to sit inside the cafeteria and really eat, with spoon and knife, that kind of a thing, with cut, this thing. And they will not do it. Like, and they will just say everybody will just come for your from your house and bring plates in the kitchen, and then they will just put like small food in the food you are getting from the school. You can't, you know I am proud to tell you that I am the one that rebelled. I led the students to rebel, say, Laila, we no go gree. Mama cook, where is the food that they are giving you for the student? How can you be feeding us with water, and we are seeing you will carry the soup and you will go home. We'll see you when you are going home, and we will be in the hostel. We will not have food. They don't allow us to buy anything. When we rebel, even the patron of the school, everybody came. They say, what happened? They cannot believe their eye. They cannot believe their eye. You know, you must teach your children to understand that, yes, you can, you can tolerate, but there is a limit to everything. There is a limit that your child cannot go, and you must have an opportunity where your child can come and tell you anything. And not that they will tell you, start shouting, oh no, because they will not want to. You also have you have to have the temperament, you have to have the meaning that they know that they can come to you, and then they will come to you, and you will discuss things together, and that's how you are a good parent. Because if somebody like a security officer, a hall monitor, can take advantage of your child, what about the people, the big ones? They say the one that is the disciplinary, the leader of the disciplinary committee is the one that will be saying, he will be using them, and he will say until he's ready to release them. And you are paying million naira to send your pikin to that kind of school. Too much problem everywhere. Nobody want to take a responsibility. Look at all this one with their joystick. Now they don't sack them. They will go to the next school. No punishment, nothing. And how will the country be good? You're not going to manufacture people. The only thing that make a country good is law, legality. You make the law and enforce it to the best of your ability. But when you don't enforce the law, and any Dick and Harry know that they can circumvent and get away with it, they will do it. They even try to circumvent the law when they come to Europe and America and Australia and all this Western world, and even Asian countries, that they are extremely strict. Talk less of in a place like Nigeria where they know nothing. They will settle and it will go. So the only mechanism that is left is for you to put the resilience in your child, so that your child will know when the line have crossed. You understand? Like my grandmother used to say that if you chase a dog and you chase the dog, that the dog will get to where the wall is and he will not have anywhere to run. And so he will have to turn and face you. You have to teach your children that kind of principle, that you can take something and look at how something is, but there's a point, like that dog, you turn around and face that thing you are trying to avoid, because it's not going to go away on its own. It's not going to go away on its own. And you don't give room for someone to take advantage of you to that extent, to the extent of deciding and threatening you with studentship. You don't do that. Imagine if not for deceptive morality, if not that you will be putting shame and stigma on the student, if they come out and tell their stories, the ones that want to do onyoma CY, better person, they will say, I'm not like you. You are the bad one. You are the one that make other people to sing. And you are the one. If not, shebi all of them will join hand together and say, enough is enough. Even in the university, people do aluta. But in a place like that where they are already caged, they can't do aluta. But if all of you do aluta, will they expect all of you? They won't. They won't. The day we protested in our boarding secondary school that time, they were shocked now. Come and see, they were giving us food anyhow, because the owners, the leaders of the school council were coming. They were like, they cannot believe their eye. These small children. We protested. Yes, and it was a missionary school, but it was an Anglican school, you know. And after that, there was improvement. So you don't just sit back and take and take and take and take and take, and then at the end they will still expel you. Like the story they were saying, the girl, they do everything to her, she get belle, they still say make she come out belle, and then still at the end of the day, the studentship she's trying to protect, they still expel her, and she reach house and she enter hospital and she's in a coma. That is a loss on all fronts. Nobody should raise any human being like that. You must teach your children resilience. And especially because you're not going to be here forever. You don't know tomorrow. What if anything happen to you tomorrow, they find you, they no see you. Then one uncle will come out and one they will come outside, they will say, they want to take everything, they will collect everything. And your children will say, my uncle, they are taking everything, my daddy. Because you did not teach them anything. You don't teach your children anything. You only interested for them to go and learn how to lie and steal and butozu. You don't teach them any principle of life. That's why anybody is having a free access. You don't teach your daughters anything. You don't teach them only what you are thinking, oh, that one day they will magically go and marry a millionaire and come and build house for you and make all your life good. Because you are not teaching them anything. If your children have confidence in you, they will come and tell you what is going on. And if you build that confidence in them, they will not tell you, they may not tell you, but they will be able to fight their fight, battle by themselves. And this is what makes you a good parent. What you left in your child. As a kid, the labor master wanted to beat me with NEPA cable, but I revolted even though they threatened expulsion. However, parents now heard about that inhuman action and they were giving us. Yeah, because if you don't protest, Like I was telling you the story that I was doing throw and see. I didn't go to school. I'll go inside the bush, go and me and my friend will go and pick can. It's not like we're doing anything bad. Like it was just restrict every day you go to school. What are you? What if be this school say every person they go? We like let's go inside, let's go and flesh. We just go break a net, take a chara, all those things, eat mango, we climb on top of tree, that kind of just have fun, eat beer, all those kind of a thing. And when I came back to go and pick my bag, so we have our school door, the big entrance. As children, we could go from under the door. And I went inside, not unknowing for us, the headmistress was still sitting there. I don't know what she was doing. And say, say that they said it, that three bags was still here. And there are some children that always leave their bag, they will go inside the bush. So that was how they caught us. So I was like, hey God, oh, I didn't know what they were going to do. But we are going to see what they will do the next morning assembly. When we came to school the next morning, they now brought us out, and in front of the whole school, so we are the bad people now, the bad people in this school. So that was how they now flog us. When they flog us, me, I did not end it there. They were saying we should. I was like, so you will flog me finish, you will not leave me. I will not still go inside and sit. School is over for today. I carry my bag, they cry, they go. As I won't go tell my grandmama, say they beat me well for school today. I reach house, my grandmama follow me, say, for waiting, why they go beat me like that? Say, ah, now they were like, hey, look at what I did. Say, it doesn't, whatever. Hey, you want to kill her? Look at her hand. Hey, they were not, they can't, they beg my mama. Say, why did they not send for her? Why did they not send for her? Me if I was there like this, because I know that when I still get home, they are going to, quarrel with me. But at least I went home, even though I know that, okay, what I did was not good. And they did not tell me that what I did was bad. And they did not explain to me that what I did was bad. So how will I know that what I did was bad? It's not like they warned me before and I repeated it. That's what my grandmother said. Yeah. Have you warned her before that she did? They say no. So this is the first time they say you catch her and then you start to beat her. Why? And that was it. So at the end of the day, you have to teach your children and be open for them to also come to you. There is nothing. That's why a parent is supposed to have unconditional love for your children, and grandchildren even. Unconditional love, you know. Exactly. If Covenant University did not prosecute those people, which means they know, which means they are doing their bidding for them. And then if you as a young person and you as a parent, you hear that something like this is going on in a place you are going to be paying millions, and you still send your pikin there, then you know that something is also wrong with you. If they don't know that this is bad market, I'm sorry for them. And you cannot blame, say maybe bad people is everywhere. We know. But it is how you handle the bad people that come into your business, into your space, that you give access to your company. If they carry their badness come, then you will have to react appropriately. So parents of people who are going to Covenant University, don't go and say it's religious, you are your daddy. No, you need to protest to what has happened, and let all the people who have a case, who have gone through this, let everybody come outside and seek for some kind of restitution. You have to pay them for damages. Yes, if it's to return some of the money that you collected and you could not provide a safe haven, so be it. And maybe because of that, they will tighten up and take care of their business. There's nothing like sorry, sorry. You just say you not expel them, you not sack them. It's not enough. That is just the bottom line to this topic that I'm talking about. You know, in our understanding, then in Nigeria, they love to beat, like if they never beat, they will think that you are not trained. And look at all the people they beat now. Where is the training? Are they not all these ones that are running amok everywhere? You know, You think that if all this our politician, everybody that is not doing everything, is it not the same beating that they beat all of them? Beating is not training, you know. Beating is not training. Like real, some people they will be beating their pikin, say they go come they hold them again. They like your own pikin, they go they hold you, make you for your own pikin. You know, sometimes the way we set up the children and they become adults and they are timid, they are drawn back, they can't speak up, they can't stand up for themselves, they can't defend themselves, they will just be withdrawn and conquered, even without fighting any fight. They already conquered them. That is not a place your child wants to be. Don't if you still have young people, there is still opportunity for you to make amends. Tell your children that they can come to you, and mind how you react when they come to you. Because children, they are very sensitive. It's how you react when they come to you. And teach your girl children that they should not be slut shamed to into quietness, into living in silence. No, they should speak up, especially your young girls. Wetin wan happen wey dem never see before, wetin dem wan hear wey dem never hear before, wetin dem wan talk about you wey dem never talk before. Teach your daughters to speak up. It's because of all the what will people say, what will people say? Well, people will say, and people have been saying from generation to generation. Teach your daughters to speak up. Speak up. Stop living in bondage. Stop allowing anybody to exploit you or exploit your body. It's a no. Speak up. Learn to speak up. Learn to speak up. When it comes to that, speak up. Speak your truth. Nothing will happen to you. Stop being afraid. The Bible says God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind. So if you have that understanding that God gave you the spirit to have a sound mind, a discerning mind, why should you be afraid? Why? In those I don't know how it is written in Igbo, say atụla egwu gị ka m nọnyere, elela anya gburugburu n'ụzọ, n'ihi na mụ onwe m bụ Chineke gị, m ga-agba gị ume, m ga-enyere gị aka. It's like, I don't know the verse in English. It's like, do not be afraid, I am with you, and I will help you, I will guide you. It's in the Bible. These are the words you will teach your children. Don't be afraid, because God said, I will help you. I will help you. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will be there for you. I am with you. There where you are, I am with you. Teach your children. Stop allowing anybody to put fear in your children. Because what if you are not there? And your child is afraid all the time. They're afraid of everybody, afraid of everybody. Afraid of gate man, afraid of security person. He said, I will use the right hand of righteousness to uphold you. That verse is in Isaiah. I'm sorry, I will look it up how it is said in English. I'm sorry, I am a village champion. So some things I know them in Igbo, I don't know them in English. But it's embedded in my mind, so that I know it, and I am convinced about it, that God said that you should not be afraid because He is with you, and you can teach your children that there are times that your children need that courage and you may not be there, and if you are someone that believes, for example, people who go to Covenant University, it means they believe in God. It means that they are Christians. And when things like this are happening, let them to know that God is with them. And that, God said He will use His right hand of righteousness. So as long as that they will keep it, they will come to equity with clean hands, that God will be with them. And so you give them that strength in that encouragement, that they will be able to overstand anybody that wants to come and exploit them, for their faith. But I don't understand the kind of religion people are doing these days, religion of fear. That's what I see. Everywhere you see people are afraid. They're afraid of their neighbors. They're afraid of their village people. They're afraid of everybody. Everybody's are just afraid, And who is benefiting from all this fear? For example, look at what is going on in the Southeast. Everybody's afraid. The Fulani are coming. They are afraid. They are coming. They are coming. Where are they? Very soon. They are almost here. They are coming. They are coming for you. So that fear, it does a lot of things to people. It kind of disables their ability to actually put things together logically. It just makes people to use emotion to act and not their brain. So you can do well, you can do better if you teach your children to, always have that confidence, self-confidence. If you don't build that confidence in them, they are not going to get it from anywhere else. So that's why you see, for example, every corner people are bringing church up and down, exploiting the people, telling a fake prophecy and all those kind of a thing, But because nobody taught them, you didn't teach them. You as a parent, you were just saying, oh, my pastor, my pastor said, my pastor. You never know the Bible by yourself. You cannot quote any verse in the Bible that you can say in your moment of trial that you remember this verse. It is something that encourages you. It is something that gives you hope. You don't have something like that. What you have is my pastor say, my daddy Gio say, and then you run to your daddy Gio. And they know everything about you and they will use it to be manipulating you. Why? Because you submitted to the spirit of fear, even though God told you that He did not give you the spirit of fear. So if you stop being afraid, half of your problem is already solved. You understand? It's already solved. Yeah, so I'm sorry, guys, that I'm preaching. It looks like I'm preaching, but you just have to say some things the way you have to say them. There is no other way to say them. And then the other thing that I was saying in this video today is that the Southeast is now very safe. Oh, I think I didn't put that. Did I put it? The topic that I wanted to show today. Yeah, I said it's not enough, and then I said thanks to ESN, the Southeast is very safe now. Thank you, Ezeoku. So yeah, coming back again, somehow from what we are saying, good evening, Mendes, it transcends because people are afraid and they submitted to a non-state actor. Somebody, and the funny thing about this ESN is like when they are having the conversation, they are not even asking on what basis an individual, a non-state actor, is forming a militia in a sovereign nation. You understand, like on what, like on social media mandate or what, like on what premise is it actually forming that militia? Nobody is even asking that core question, like fundamental question, like who is he? Is he an elected official of the Nigerian state? So what part of the constitution of Nigeria enables, like a one man, a self-proclaimed freedom froster, and he said he's forming a militia. And you are even having the conversation that yes, he formed it in a region where you have active state actors, where you have governors, where you have elected members of the Nigerian Senate, you have elected members of the Nigerian House of Assembly, where you have elected members of the State House of Assembly, where you have elected people in the local government. Good evening. Good evening, Latunde. Linda, sorry. Nobody's even, that's the core question you should be asking, like, who is he? And what is this jurisdiction in the first place to begin with? Because if you're not, like, it's like when I tell you guys that I see that how everything is going to, I, for example, or you or any other person, you now come to wherever you is your region, and you are going to form a militia to say, oh, this menace is so much, I want to go and form a militia that will go and protect it. You know, this is unbelievable. And we're actually having this conversation, and you are hearing people in the Senate even have talking that, yeah, he formed it, like, good evening, Harvard. Like, and they are saying, yeah, he formed it. So, that apart. Now he formed it, yeah, because the state needed security, because the elected state governors couldn't do their primary duty of protecting their own state indigenes, that a non-state actor from God knows where will gather unknown people in some bushes. Like I was listening to Good Evening, Herbert Wogo. I was listening to one lady, Ozioma Christie, and she was like, that Kanu formed the ESN and everything was good. And he formed the ESN, and the ESN, they have uniform, they have their office. And then the state governors, they now went to form Ebubago. And Ebubago, they don't know who they are, where they are. Like, I'm just wondering, like, this is like really a plot twist, you know? This is just like a plot twist, like someone is saying someone from ESN and they have their uniform and they have their offices. I'm like, like, am I? I'm telling exactly, like I was thinking I'm the only one that is seeing this thing, like, like I like, like I'm not even understanding, like you're saying that, exactly, my brother. He said the funny thing is that they refer to the one established by government as the militia, and they are the one that is like, uh, formed by unknown somebody, non-state actors. They are saying those ones are the real ones. And as a result of this, now we are having a lot of protection and safety in the southeast. you know. So, let's leave it at that. The southeast is not secured. I saw a video that is flying, and everybody say, "Oh, look at what is going on in Enugu. Oh, yes, the S-men, they came from nowhere. Oh, these S-men, they entered the community. They did like this." And then in that video, I saw. I don't want to show the video here, and I saw they show people, on the street. It was like the beginning of the Biafra Gbasgbos. They were carrying their load on the head, going. They were carrying their load, and the children, all this thing, they were on the way. They say, "See, look at the S-Men." I was like, hello, like, these people, are you people okay? You are saying, since you're telling us, you're trying to convince us, like, this is actually the bedrock of everything you are saying, that you are trying to stop herdsmen, and that you have ESN in the bush to stop herdsmen, and then bush in the same bush, ESN is inside the same bush, and then herdsmen is like the ninja. They are coming from nowhere and invading the community. So I thought ESN was supposed to replace the police, which is the primary purpose of why the ESN went after the law enforcement of Nigerian government. The ESN went after all army, navy, NCDS, anybody that is working in all the law enforcement agencies of Nigeria, according to the directive of their now self-determination movement person. So, in the name or on the orders of their self-determination movement person. Hmm? And so now you are trying to tell us again that are they not doing the work? Like, what is the hula baloo? Oh, why are you calling on the Enugu state governor? Like, you people I'm not understanding you. Why are you calling on the Enugu state government when you have your ESN that was established by your Onyendufu? And they are on the ground, they are inside the bush protecting the people and doing the work that the state government failed to do. So they are there, and somewhere, somehow, the herdsmen, they still came into the bush and still came into the community, and the people are now on the street and going and going. And then you are calling on the elected state governor and say, oh, they don't want to do their job, they don't want to protect the people. How? With what? Shebi una say una no dey take eye see police. Anywhere una see police, una do kpai kpai kpai. Anywhere una see army, una kpai kpai kpai. Now the road is clear for you people. Thanks to ESN, there is peace and prosperity, and above all, there is safety in the Southeast. Enjoy the benefit of Onyendufu, the safety and security he has brought to the Southeast. Hello. It's just money, no. It's money. Maxwell. My mother said that video is not even in Enugu, but in Imo State, I guess. They are running away from ESN. Exactly. A brother sent me the video and a voice note accompanying it. And it's like you hear the voice of Esau, but the skin of Jacob. I mean, the voice of Jacob and the skin of Esau. Now, like you are hearing Enugu, and the video is coming from Osu. I'm coming. Someone is trying to spam this stream. Yeah. Igbo, because like these people, they are so disconnected from reality. You say you don't want to use your eye where God give you to see police and army and navy and what they call the National Defense NCDC or something like that. You don't want to see all of them. Go reach our next staff. You don't want to see them. Now you they run the show. Dorime, Idana, na Dorime. All of a sudden, oh, where is Enugu State government? And they are there in the government. They cannot protect their people. Shebi, they cannot protect. We know that they cannot protect their people. That is why you brought ESN, Abi, because they cannot protect their people. And that is why ESN is doing the gallant work. And Shebi, you people used to say that if not for ESN, that the old artists would have run away. Now that ESN is there, I don't know what they are running from again. You people are so disconnected from reality. I'm listening to this girl, this Ozioma that call herself Ijele. And she's saying when Nadufuruha was forming the ESN, everything was good and they were having uniform. Like, She on my ear, they pay me. I've been waiting and they listen to like this. When the I said, really? So it's the Ebubago that Ebonyi State government fund that they are the one that did not have uniform, Abi. Those ones inside the bush are the one that have uniform. So they also have a station inside bush station. Bush station in the camps they put in unknown locations where they don't only they have access to it, Abi. Okay, no problem. I don't even know. I have an audio. I don't want this video to be too long. I have an audio that a brother sent to me. There's a video accompanying it, but I will share the audio, then I will explain what is going on, and then I will put it in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, bo Orioboro in Olo local government.
He said, "Peace unto you, O children of God." This is in Olo.
Yeah,
in Oriokporo.
November.
On the 23rd of November 2022.
The same Olo.
He said yesterday that Ebubagu went to Olo, where they call Umutanze. And them and Umuoma, the good ones are the ESN. And they were exchanging basbos with them.
Instead of revenge the place in the market.
So that instead of them to go and revenge with the ESN, that's what they are calling Umuoma. They now came to Oriokporo in their market. Say that they buy many people, including 9 people. Say today is this thing happen. Peace unto you, children of God. Peace be unto you. I'll share it and I will share the video that he's showing. Eh? Maybe you people say there is now peace. There's another video accompanying it. That one is not good at all. I just that one was too much for me. I just removed that one. The brother sent them for me. Can you believe, like, she like just switched it? I was like, in our lifetime, in today, they are able to do this. Well, I give it to them. You have governors and someone from outside somewhere is doing this kind of a thing, and you are even having a conversation about that, even talking about why he formed who is he. Go back to the root of the question, the whole thing, and ask the person you are saying if is forming a militia, who is he? Who is he? Who the hell is he? But I say, I asked that jail of a woman, Amoteku Ebubago, have visible office and contact phone number. But this, your beloved ESN, what is their office and contact number? Don't mind them. Maybe the ESN is there. Yeah, now what are they like? They were showing that video. Oh, look how I'm just looking like the same thing you say. Okay, now very fine. They have come, like your Onyendufu said. Oh, but is it not because they are coming that your Onyendufu put the boys in the bush? Huh? Maybe it's because they are coming that your Onyendufu puts them in the bush. Why are you people crying and calling on Nigerian government again? We told you people that it's gonna come down to it. You see them when they are carrying. I told you people that if una never come up for that place, go live inside where they call IDP. Now I know go clear. And the majority are loving their ESN. My God, if you see they were calling into that show, I will share the radio also after the live the audio after this video. You will see the video. Is a video. You will see the woman where they talk everything way full in mouth, plus the people where they call her where they talk everything way full their mouth. So I cannot be saying anything as is their ESL is a brought blessing to them and Southeast is safe now. That's the only thing I can report. I will, you know. So congratulations, mission accomplished. You brought in ESN exactly for a day like this. Are we not lucky that you have ESN on a day like this when the herdsmen now came and they have a measurable force to counter them? Is it not a good thing? Is that not what your Onyendufi had the foresight to do? Hey, God bless the unknown gunmen now. Akapokwala ha. God, bless them. Let them do the work of their Onyendufu. Shebi they say we are not saying anything. Oh, Shebi is Fulani. I myself I agree. I agree that it's a Fulani now. The Fulani ninjas. Like our brother Ezoku said one time. He said the Fulani are the ninjas. They come, they go, they appear. As children we used to say, "I will disappear, come." It's like when someone appears and disappear, we will just say, the guy can't disappear, come. Because we don't know, like, you appear is you appear, we say it disappear, come. So this is a fitting description for what is going on. Fulani Esme can disappear, go and come, Abi. And now you also have your ESN that they can also appear and disappear from the bush, from their federal camps, from their, different stations inside the bush. They appear and disappear. Fire for fire is all good. It's all good. Hello. I'm doing a live video right now. I'm doing a live video. Do you want to contribute to the live video?
Yes, I'm driving. So let me call it.
Okay.
Because you raised a very vital topic that is minister to me personally.
Okay.
You see this idea of parents in Nigeria raising their girl children in a way that they cannot defend themselves. It is a topic that is long overdue for everybody to make it hot topic. I myself, I am a victim of child molestation. I grew grew up being molested by a big auntie whom my mother never knew her mother-in-law. So she met some senior married women, had teenage children before she came. And at the time this thing was happening, some of them were in their 20s. So my mother would be running around and leave us in their care. And
imagine.
Two of them will come and be inappropriate. Tell me to be touching them inappropriately in their private part. Then this thing made me, growing up, a kind of know me as a child that has a separation anxiety. So where my mother cannot vanish because of without me holding her. It is not because I want to be
holding on to her.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
It is just because I do not want to go there. And the worst of it all is that if I had spoken up and told my story, people will convince my mother that I'm an evil child, that I'm an Obanje, that they should discard me. And the beating I would have received would have ended me like a history. It is not just me. I bet there are thousands out there about me. I have seen almost 4 decades of my life, but I was able to talk about it for the first time in 2018.
Wow.
And that was because one of the ladies died. As a matter of fact, people that were molesting me, I attended the same elementary and secondary school with one of their first child. That is to tell you how young I was. And whatever interest they had in a person, they were able to bet my schoolmates, even though they were not in the same class, but they were my junior, but they met me in the elementary and high school. One of them died when I was younger. It was a kind of a little relief for me. Then when the other one died in 2018, I was like, oh, thank God. These people that are molesting me,
they have gone.
Because there was never justice for me. There was never closure for me. Nobody ever addressed that topic. And the worst is that the way they kind of mumbled into silence using cultural umbrella is what is so special about this topic for me. Pay attention to this apostle that was making headlines every now and then.
Yeah.
Do you know that when these girls summon courage to share their story, people who have not lived through sexual molestation and sexual intimidation, who do not know how it hurts, these people will come. The only person that will be going to hellfire is the girl that chose to tell her story. Is this your story? They will be shaming her. I vividly remember when this actress told her story.
Bukola, yeah.
No, Halima Abubakar.
Halima, okay, yeah.
When Halima Abubakar came out with her own version of the apostle, I remember vividly that somebody I knew that operates as a man of God or dog of man, I don't know, came under the comment section and called this young woman public toilet. Oh, Nigerians see her. Who do us? Who did this to us? How can you explain to me that when there is sexual relationship between a man and a woman in Nigeria, the woman will be seen as a slut? When the man was sleeping with the girl, was the girl not also sleeping with the man?
Okay, now.
Why must we be bullied to silence? Sex is a mutual thing. It shouldn't be a kind of negatively always talked about towards the girl who most times are the victims. Because anytime there is an open conversation about relationship between a man and a woman that went intimate, if they speak it up, that means that woman was taken advantage of. And ironically, the reason why people shut up their mouth is because of the negative backlash they are going to receive from people who should have spoken up in their defense. People who should have made sure that another person didn't suffer the same thing. People who should have made sure that that justice is served. I live with the trauma every day. I know what happened. I can't trust you. I can't just trust anybody with my girl children. Unfortunately, I can't. I'm just like paranoid about it because if they can do it to me, they can do it to anybody. I don't care how people try to convince me they are nice. If I'm not seeing you, I don't trust you with my children. So it is a conversation that should continue because, like you rightly said, imagine how the abomination is happening in the holy place, in the altar. And these children were religiously silenced. Should they talk? Should they open up that they lost their virginity to their lecturer in a Christian school? They will go to hellfire.
Yeah.
Hellfire.
Yeah.
Should they keep it to themselves? The abuse will abound until these children end up with unwanted pregnancies. And unfortunately, most times little abortion. And when these children die, their family will be shamed into silence
too.
that that their child died doing horrible things. Nobody cares to ask. How did this girl get into this family where that took her life? Did the person ever care to take responsibility? I have not. It is a rare occasion that I will see pregnancy where a man stand up and say, "Oh, it belongs to me," and the girl is running for that post to go and risk her life. And it doesn't happen so often. We should wake up. We should give listening ear to these victims. These people are not criminals; they are victims. Right now, they said you know how they say, like, when you, I don't believe in jungle justice sometimes. So why? Because you silence the witness when you deliver jungle justice.
Yeah.
You see this idea of terminating these people. It has caught the chain of investigation that would have unraveled what actually happened. It has silenced the investigation that would have exposed the degree of its occurrence.
Yeah, and what we're supposed to hear is that they are investigating it. They will be releasing information of what happened, and then the thing will proceed to court, and through the court proceedings, we'll get to hear exactly what happened. Not you hastily tell him to resign, and you know, and that's it. No, yeah. We can do better.
They'll quickly silence the witnesses with fake termination letter. How are you even sure that they're not going to be reemployed from behind?
Yeah.
Because 90% of them must be spiritually uplifted to secure that job in the first place.
Yeah.
They must be operating in the realm of the spirit.
They are living deception. Yeah.
No, you call it living deception. I know that they're operating in the realm of spirit.
You know, like in a way, I know that there are always people that are doing bad things. You know, even I myself, I went through the Nigerian university system, and I don't have any of that kind of experience. Me and my friends, we finish exam, we are going immediately. We don't have, I've said this many times on my YouTube video. I don't have that experience, honestly. And in my secondary school,
and you probably studied outside the East. If you go to university in the East, it is very common.
Like I can tell you that it is not my experience, and that is my truth. It's not my experience, really. I'm not the best student, but I'm also not the worst, you know. And I just went through the system, do my exams, do my assignments, and write my exams. And then most times we are traveling the same day we finish our papers, and only to resume school we'll go to the wall where they will paste the exams results, and that's it, you know. That's it.
Well,
so right, you know.
I
so
went to school in the East where even if you write the exam, the teacher will look you in your eyeball and tell you that you have a missing script. Hello. Yes, I've heard that language before, that I have a missing script.
Do you know, I have people that were never able to get their transcripts, like from the East, exactly, that they went to university, they want to continue, they could never get their transcripts. There was always something hindering it.
I went to school. I had one semester where I came back, a teacher whom I handed my script to opened his mouth and told me that I have a missing transcript. I'm like, how did he miss? As in, how did he miss?
I don't have that as well. Even I've been in a vulnerable place. For example, when my mom passed, it was a very big blow on my psyche, on everything. And the reverend in our parish, he came through for me and my brother. Like, he was just looking at us. I was like, oh, like, his heart really went out for us. And there were some people who were my dad's age, like when I needed to get some benefit or something like that. Anything they needed, he would write for me, like, they need a testimonial, or that kind of a thing. Like, we same with our catechist. And then even when I went to Lagos and I was attending a Pentecostal church, I really have good relationship with our pastor. And I still have, like, my pastor in the church I went to in Lagos. I still have very good relationship with him. Not just me, my whole family, and he's like an uncle to us, and like a father, a go-to person. And even our general overseer at the time, he was from Delta State, and he used to have counseling days, Tuesday and Wednesday. So when you will come for counseling, they had rooms, you pick a number, they will cancel whatever your problem. Maybe you have problem with school, your school fees, your shop, your market, whatever. Like, it was a therapy. It was like Christianity, therapeutic. It was all inclusive. That's why you don't see me coming all out and saying Christianity, cancel it, because I saw the place for it,
Christian, so
yeah.
I am not against Christianity, but I am against gamblers in the church.
Okay? Yeah, like, I know that people take advantage of people,
I want to say this thing about this thing. You had a very good example. Remember that in every single thing we do in life, there are people who do it with genuinely,
yeah,
and with honesty.
Yeah.
For instance, the Eberima that set our region at place right now, he is mimicking people who once wanted inclusion from a good place. Okay, so when you talk about your pastor, he is very good because he is doing what he is doing because he believes that is what he's called to do for humanity. He believes that is the way he can positively impact his world. It is different from somebody who calculates how much he's going to generate off of people before mounting the pulpit and calling himself. Some people are called to minister to people, other people are called to take from people. For instance, when I first came here, we had somebody that came to America with us. He was a pastor. Guess what? He was working. Then he began to do pastor thing. He got some members. He opened a church. They bought him a new car. Do you know that somebody called him one time? We were with him, me and my brother were with him. They called him to come and take a job for $5,000. That was about 10 years ago. He said that if he hosts one to say that he would realize more than that amount. My brother pinched me. We never.
Yeah. All right, my sister. Thank you. The time is going.
We never went back to that church.
Yeah.
So, my dear, as for the East, I don't think we need to discourage them. It's better we encourage them like we encourage them now. And that Exodus, you see that Exodus we see. Have you watched my book of Bible story before? When you saw those people moving yesterday, what came to you moving on that video? What came to your mind? Do you know the stories you saw about Israelites in my book of Bible story?
I'm telling you.
What is wrong? We are children of God. We are all
yeah. We can repeat the Bible story in the present time.
What is wrong that we experience Exodus?
Yeah.
What is wrong in we experiencing Exodus? We will not follow for the Christians. Not only here we go to hear them. When you look at that picture, don't look at it with ill intention. Look at it that what was said in the Bible is coming to pass in our time.
In our time.
We are experiencing we're experiencing what Israelites experience. And after this thing now, they are not running from their land, they are entering Biafra. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, my dear sister. Yeah. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So my people, it's good that someone is calling in so you can actually put the whole thing we are saying together as parents and also about what is going on in the Southeast. I mean, this is a good place to end it. So like I said, I'm not going all out and saying, oh, Christianity or any religion for that matter, because I know there is a place for it, and I know there are whole and upright people with integrity who are also there, and not all of us have been exposed to the criminals. You understand? But as a matter of fact, I'm actually looking at it because I'm somebody that actually think about things a lot. Like if I would go to somebody's church and the person is saying things and acting funny, I don't think I will continue going there. I think I will be able to pick it up quite early enough. Honestly, I don't think I could be under such a congregation in the first instance. But again, I tend to think that the Anglican church, the way it is structured, doesn't give room for much abuse, because before you become a priest, from even a catechist, you get married, you have a wife, and they have a house in the church premises on church grounds, like they are living there, like they live in the church compound. Oh, we are almost finished. Good evening, Alex. And yeah, I mean, he's married, he has his family, he lives in the village, he lives among the people, he's pastoring. So where would he want to go and commit fornication or adultery? Where? Is he going to bring him home? Is he going to be taking him around in the community? Everybody knows him. Everybody knows who he is. And if his car, like if he has a car, if the village is rich to have a car, you understand? Eh? Thank you, Ezoku. That they will be able to, know that you are the one here. Like, so I feel like the way the Anglican Church have structured their church, you understand, is very, very hard to hear stories of exploitation and molestation and what have you, from priests, from reverend, from the clergy. But among the church workers or wardens and people like youth, people who come into the church, who work in the church, who practice in the church, stuff like that, you will hear. But among the clergy and the laity, you rarely hear such things in the Anglican Church. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is my own perspective of what I see in the Anglican Church. And yeah, of course, when anybody can just wake up one day and say, God called me and open a church, and they have not gone through any form of training, and they are just, acting out or whatever. You don't know their motive, you don't know all those kind of things. So, of course, there's a lot of abuse that can come from it. So, my people, in ending, I would say guide yourself, guide your children, protect their mind. Teach them not to fear, not to be afraid. Give them the demeanor that they can come to you, and don't allow them to be ashamed of something that happened to them that they have no control over. Be their go-to person, leave it open and give them the confidence they need to walk through life, because you will not be there for them all the time. But you can teach them how to be strong and defend themselves and determine their own life by themselves. Yeah. So thank you so much, my people. Thank you so much, Alice. We are just finishing, and I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow by the grace of God. Bye for now.